have our 15.5 part that I previously machined. Before I give it to Jesse at the 5th axis, I wanted to go ahead and check some features. One of those features I checked was the flatness. Now, I checked it on the CMM to begin with, but you know, CMMs can be complicated, right? We have to make sure that they're calibrated correctly, and there's a lot of other factors that go into an accurate CMM reading. So sometimes it's good to do a second check, a manual check, an old school check, whatever you want to call it. And that's what we're going to do today. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do a little old school inspection. We have our 15.5 stainless part that I machined previously. I had performed a flatness check on our CMM, but sometimes seeing is believing. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put it on our jack stands. As you can see, these are a little old, but these have been with us since the very beginning. So old, but good, right? What we're gonna be doing is we're gonna have to level 3 points on our part. Now to do that, we have 3 jack stands right here. First, I'm gonna come down, I'm gonna put them at a roughly level position. I'm not going to use an indicator, I'm actually just going to use the bar right here. Okay, use that right there. Okay, now these are roughly at the same height. So now I'm going to go ahead and place my part on these 3 jack stands. Go ahead and make a triangle here. Set it down gently. We have 3 points that are an equal distance from this granite right here. You can't just do 1 point, that's just a point in free space. 2 points is only a line. 3 points, however, give us a perfect plane to work with. Now I got my part on 3 jack stands, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create 3 points. These points are gonna represent what I'm gonna create my plane with. Take a Sharpie. Now I'm gonna put these points roughly right over top the jacks so that I'll be able to adjust them with the jacks. It's gonna be kind of on the inside of my surface here, but that's okay. All right, so we have our 3 points marked. Now we're gonna go ahead and make sure those points are at the same exact height from this granite right here. We're gonna do that with our dial indicator. The reason I go halfway is so that puts me about right in the middle range of my indicator for height differences. It can be 15 low or 15 high and still pick up on the dial indicator. Now that I've come down and I've zeroed out 1 point on the part, I'm gonna go around, I'm gonna get that same 0 on all 3 points. Because I roughly leveled these beforehand, it shouldn't be too much change. You can see right here, we gotta change this one is 3.5 thou off. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring this one up. And now to do this, I just come down here, and as you can see, these bases have screws on them, right? So I just either loosen or I tighten that screw and it will lift or lower the part. I got my dial indicator here, so I can see it goes to 0. All right, so that's the second point. Slide around here. All right, and our third point is only about 1/1000th off. This one's a little high, so we'll lower that one. All right, now I've done all 3, but it's really important. Whenever I adjust a point over here, I'm obviously affecting the other points. So you want to go back a couple times and really make sure that all your points are at the same level. And that's what I'm going to do right now. So we're gonna go back around, I'm gonna slide back to the second one. All right, so that still looks pretty good, right at 0. I'm gonna come around to the first point we adjusted. And now that point needs about a 1/2 thou adjustment. I'm gonna come back and check them again. Good with that. So we're gonna call those 3 points level now. A couple things you wanna be aware of. Obviously, you're gonna want your granite to be really clean so that doesn't move your height indicator. And even sometimes you wanna watch out for dirt and debris, maybe even marker buildup on your part, as those are all things that can create slight variations. But for what we're looking for here today, I say we're good to go. So what did we just create, right? Again, we have 3 points that are an equal distance from this granite right here. What that gave us is a perfect plane to measure against. You can't just do 1 point, that's just a point in free space. 2 points is only a line. 3 points, however, give us a perfect plane to work with. And now that we have this plane perfectly leveled, I can go around and I can look for any points that are above that plane and any points that are below that plane. That distance between the highest point and the lowest point, that's going to be our flatness. One of the advantages of doing this in a mechanical fashion is we actually end up picking up more points than we would, say, over at the CMM. On the CMM, I take about 30, 50. I mean, I could take a lot of points, but it takes more time. Here, I can use my indicator and I can really sweep in every nook and cranny on the surface of this part to get an extremely accurate reading for flatness, which if it's a super tight tolerance or something like that, or again, you're concerned about maybe your CMM reading, is never a bad thing to do. And as I go along here, I'm kind of taking notes of where I see high points and low points. And when I get to one that looks like it might be the winner or loser, depending on how you look at it, I'll go ahead and mark it on the part. So immediately I can see what I noticed on the CMM, and that's that the part does raise when it gets to the outer portion. So that's probably where I'm going to find my high point. All right, so now I think I found the part that looks to be the high spot. I'm gonna go ahead and mark it with an H just to give me some reference. I'm still gonna go around and double check it, probably even triple check it, but this gives me a reference to where I can kind of come back to and look for what I think is that high spot. So I'm pretty confident I've found my high spot. It looks to be about 2 thousandths and 7 tenths. I'll go ahead and record that. Now that I found my high spot, we're gonna go ahead and also look for the corresponding low spot. Now you want to try to avoid letting your indicator stylus come off the part. Sometimes that can shift it a little bit, but if it does come off, just go ahead and recheck those 3 spots you got, or at least one of them, to make sure you're still on 0. All right, so we're pretty confident we found the high point and the low point. Now, none of these marks are really necessary. Again, I just put them here so I can kind of go around and I'll double, triple check, make sure that I found the absolute lowest point and the absolute highest point. In this case, that's about 6 tenths of a thou. We have our high point over here, and again, that's about 0.0027. And we have our low point right here at negative 0.0006. Now, when we're determining flatness, we actually use absolute values, so we get rid of that negative, and we add the low and the high together. So in this case, that comes out to a flatness of 0.0033, and with a call out on the print of 0.005, this part's gonna be good to go. So that wraps up our demonstration of a manual flatness check. Again, we check this on the CMM, but not everybody has a CMM, right? Or even if you do, maybe you want to double check those numbers, or if you have a real tight tolerance, this is a great tool to sort of have in your bag inspecting parts. So I'm Travis, thanks for joining us. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.